To the local share market now, and a good start to the week, just the sort of day to talk to the ever-optimistic Charlie Aitken from Southern Cross Equities. Charlie Aitken, some gains on the key indices, but did that tell the whole story?
Absolutely not, Ticky. The market at the ASX 200 level just up 15 points masked a very big rotation to resource stocks. Banks, bigger industrials underperforming, the major resource stocks outperforming, but particularly the small and mid-cap resource stocks. There were some tremendous moves, 4, 5, 10% moves, so huge rotation to resources today.
And Fortescue Metals was a shining light here, but were there other factors at work perhaps?
Clearly some other factors at work. Obviously Fortescue getting a refinancing of its debt. Remember, it wasn't that long ago that, people thought Fortescue wouldn't work at all, but now we have banks jumping over themselves to lend them a couple of $1 billion. So the market pricing in Fortescue's expansion as an iron ore producer, and stock up 7.5% with a bullet today.
Still with resources, and now there are reports from Indian newspapers speculating about a Sino-Indian bid for Canada's Potash Corporation. Did that have an impact on BHP Billiton today?
Definitely did, Ticky. I think every time that another rumoured bidder comes along for Potash Corp in Canada, BHP shares do well. Remember, BHP have an acquisition discount in their share price at the moment. I think all things being equal, if BHP had never bid for potash, their shares would be probably $4 or $5 higher, in line with the moves in resources. So every time there's a rumour of another bidder, BHP shares do well.
And Virgin Blue has now put a dollar figure on the cost of its recent computer outage. What happened to the stock?
Well, stock lost about 3.5%. This is interesting. You and I talked on this show about 2 weeks ago about this, how we were surprised that Virgin Blue's shares hadn't fallen on that outage. But here we are today. The company confirms it's going to be 15 to 20 million worse off pre-tax because of that outage, and the shares fall. So the classic example of the market waiting to be told.
And Woolworths has completed its share buyback now. Does that alter the outlook for its share price at all?
Well, shares fell about 1.5% today as the buyback pulled out of the market. Clearly, Woolworths stock had done very well during that buyback period, but Woolworths also weighed on today on that rotation to resource stocks. So probably time for Woolworths shares just to trade sideways for a little while, I think, Ticky.
Charlie Aitken, always good to talk to you. Thanks for joining Lateline Business.
Thank you, Ticky.